Good morning, YouTube. DJ Dre back at the Money Table for episode 2 of the Money Mix Show. I want to welcome y'all all to the show. If you've seen episode 1, I went into what this show is all about. And briefly, I'm going to tell you real quick, it's a show all about good music and making some good money. The Money Mix Show is going to be a fusion between two of my favorite things in life, and that's DJing, and that's also entrepreneurship and making money. This is episode 2, and we're going to dive right into it at the Money Table. As I told you in episode 1, today we are going to pick our stocks. We started our portfolio on Robinhood. We started off with $1,000 in the account. And those of you that could not put $1,000 in, we put $100 in the account. Now today, we're going to start picking stocks. Today, we're going to start making some money. And as I told you earlier, I like to keep my portfolio condensed. I don't like to have a lot of stocks, man. I believe the less, the better. So I try to keep around 5-6 stocks in my portfolio at all times. Never will I rarely go over 7 stocks. I may have an ETF in there. And an ETF is pretty much a combination of a bunch of stocks together. But normally I like to keep my portfolio on the downside. Now, since we're starting off with $1,000, we are kind of limited to what we can buy. And the reason why I say that, let me go to my Robinhood account real quick. The reason why I say that is because we want to purchase at least one share of each stock that we're going to get. And the reason why we want one share of, or at least one share, is because we want to put stop losses. We want to put stop losses on our accounts. And a stop loss, pretty much what a stop loss is, it will kick you out of the stock if the stock drops to a certain amount. If it falls to a certain amount that you're not uncomfortable with. And in my case, that's going to be 6%. So let's get into it real quick. What I have on screen right now is Robinhood on your cell phone. It's pretty much a condensed version of the desktop version. I like to use the desktop version for this particular show. We're going to use the desktop version because it displays a little bit more, gives you a little bit more information right there in front of you. But the cell phone version is pretty much what a lot of people do trade their stocks on. And it's just as good, just as powerful, does the same thing, just a little bit more condensed. I'm going to switch over to the desktop version real quick. And here we go. We started off with $1,000 and we are going to pick 4 stocks. 4 stocks today. And I'm going to go over the stocks. I'm going to let you see a little bit of analysis of the stocks. Our first stock is going to be Google. Now, why am I picking Google? Well, I'm picking Google because I've had it in my portfolio for quite some time. Google performs very well. It's what you call a tech stock. Now, on here on this Robinhood account, I'm going to go up and see if I can find Google. There is Google right here. So once I punch Google up and it comes up on your screen, the Robinhood app will give you some information about the particular stock. First of all, it'll give you what the stock name is. Google is called Alphabet Class 1. Now, if you're not aware, Google also owns YouTube, the platform in which we are streaming on right now, providing you this content. One reason that I chose Google is because, first of all, I like to choose stocks that, number one, are successful companies, of course. Number 2, products that I use the most and I see that a lot of other people are using the most. And basically off of the research, we're going to look at Google real quick. And if you can see the cursor right here, the first thing I do with a stock, first of all, you want to look at the stock price. Can I afford to get at least one share? Now, Google right now being $332 per share and 20 cents. Yes, I can afford to get one share. I normally like to divide my portfolio up into equal parts if possible. Most of the time that's not possible because stocks fall into different price ranges. But once you get enough money into your account, you can divide it up into equal parts, say 25% on this stock, 25% on this one, 25 and 25 until you get to 100%. However you like to break it down. But today we're going to start with Google. And right here it tells you what Google did in one day right there. In one day, which says today, Google was up 1%. I always like to check to see what they did the following week. Last week, Google went up. If you can see it on here, Mike can't see it. I'm going to blow it up a little bit. Last week, Google went up 5. As soon as I grab it, it actually changes it. Google went up 5.32% last week. In 1 month, what did it do? 8.27% in 1 month. If I go to 3 months, 38%. Year to date, 3.87 cents. Year to date is actually from the beginning of this year to today's date. So since we're into 12, 13 days of the year, that's only a 13-day time frame. But if I go out to a 1 year time frame, Google has been up 74.76% in the past year. So that's a good stock. It's also a stock that you can go to sleep at night. You can rest assured that it's not going to drop dramatically, nor is it going to rise dramatically overnight. I have a 6% rule. I put a 6% stop loss on all of my stocks once I purchase them. Meaning, once I purchase that stock, if that stock falls below 6% at any given time, Robinhood will kick me out of it. It will sell the stock for me. I may be busy during the day on my other job. I'm not able to watch my stocks all the time. So I put stop losses on them to prevent myself from losing money. I need you guys to do that as well. And I'm going to show you how to do that in this stock picking. Okay. Google is one of them. I love what I'm seeing with Google. I go out 5 years, of course. 5 years, they're up 273%. So it looks like a stock that if you were in for the past 5 years, you made a lot of money off Google, depending on how much money you invested in Google. That's why we're talking about percentages. The more you have in, the more you're going to get out. The next stock that we're going to talk about today is going to be a company called Micron. Micron Technologies. The stock picker is MU. Okay, Micron Technology. Micron Technology is also a tech stock. Okay, I didn't show you on Google past the actual chart here, but if you scroll down, Robinhood will give you information about the company down here. You can see Micron Technology engages in the provision of innovative memory storage solutions. It operates through the following segments: compute and network business units. So, gives you a little bit of information about the company, tells you how many employees they have, when they were founded, and also if you scroll down even further, it'll also give you a lot more information, trading trends, things that will help you determine whether you should purchase this stock or not. And if that ain't enough, they go to analyst ratings. And if you see right here, analyst ratings, they have a 89% analyst ratings, 89% out of 44. What this is telling you, top analysts in the market, analysts that belong to certain firms, analysts that have been in the game for numerous years, they have the ability to predict, or they have the ability to tell you whether a stock should be bought or sold. Sort of like if you got a pick in the Grammys, if you've been in acting long enough, you a big wig, they might give you a pick in the Grammys. Or if you're in the sports and you're a big wig, you might get a pick with the most valuable player. Sort of like that. These analysts get picks and they get to analyze stocks, and those analytics are displayed right here on Robinhood. This particular stock has a buy rating of 88.6%. So even if I didn't know anything about the company, the experts are telling me that this particular stock has a buy rating of 88.6%, a hold rating of 6.8, and a sell rating at 4.5. Now, you always want to look for a stock with a high buy rating. Why? Because the big wigs is telling you, look, man, you should buy this stock. This stock most likely is going to go up in the future. And the stock market, in a nutshell, is pretty much like I don't want to belittle it, but it's pretty much like a pyramid scheme. If any of y'all familiar with pyramid schemes out there, you know, the first person to get in normally makes the most money. Well, the stock market is kind of similar to a pyramid scheme because when you get in early, you're going to make good money, you know. But the only difference between those pyramid schemes that we used to get into, that used to bottom out and crash, and if you got in late, you lost all your money. The stock market is, I want to say, the stock market never has a stop on people coming in. And what I mean to say is there are always new people coming into the market. There's always people coming of age, baby boomers, millenniums that are getting into the market. So you don't never have to worry about the bottom falling out of the stock market because it is a proven investment tool that has been used for many years. Okay, with that said, when the big wigs tell you to buy, they're just not telling me to buy, but they're telling anybody on Robinhood or anybody on any other app, anybody on television, they're telling them to buy. And the more people that buys that stock, the higher that stock is going to go up. So with that said, MU is definitely one of the stocks I want to pick. Right now, they are selling at $342 a share. Okay, so in my $1,000, you know, pretty much with Google and MU Micron Technology, I'm over 600, looking at about $670. So I don't have a whole lot left. Another company that I like to get and I always like to hold in my bag is Apple. Okay, once again, that's a technology company. Apple, ticker APL. And the reason why I like Apple is because I use all Apple products. Apple is one of the largest companies in America and in the world. You can rest assured that Apple is not going to crash or drop overnight. It's going to be there. It's a strong company. Now, Apple lately has been going up kind of slow. They haven't been a big financial moneymaker in the stock market, but they have been consistent. And that's one reason why I like to keep Apple. Last year, Apple didn't do all that great. I go to the last year's projection, and Apple only went up 11% in the past year. That's not a lot. Typically, I want my stocks to go up 100%, 70, 80%, because I'm trying to double my investment each year, plus the money that I'm adding on top of it by reinvesting in myself. So with that 11% rise last year, I really believe Apple is going to take off this year and do a whole lot better. They are teaming up with Google. You know, I keep my ear on the news. I'm always watching different shows, always keeping my ear out there, finding out what these companies doing. And Apple just teamed up with Google to incorporate their AI technology, Google's AI technology, into their smartphones, into their Apple phones. Currently, Apple was having a little problem with getting their AI, the Apple Intelligence, launched in their phones. They was having a little problem with the tech, so they reached out to Google to help assist them to speed that up, and they made a deal. And that's one reason why I believe not only Apple, but Google will benefit from that this year, and their stocks will go up too. Now, the last stock we're going to get into, because I don't like to have my portfolio just super packed with just one industry, like the tech industry. I like to try to mix it up a little bit, but because we're only dealing with $1,000, we can only purchase 4 stocks, okay? Now, if you're dealing with $100, you can still purchase the 4 stocks, but you're going to have to purchase fractional shares. And when you purchase a fractional share, you cannot put a stop loss on a fractional share. That's why I encourage you, if you can, to start with $1,000. But if you can't, that's all fine. That's all well. If you keep reinvesting in yourself each time you get paid, eventually you'll have enough money in your account where you can buy at least one share of that company. It's very important to have at least one share, because when you have fractional shares, you can't put a stop loss on it. And if you cannot put a stop loss on a stock and it drops dramatically because some news came out, something out of the White House came out, some negative news on a stock or whatever, the stock may drop and you might not be in a position to sell. You might be out and about on your job or on vacation or wherever you might be. You might not be right in front of your cell phone holding it in your hand all day like a lot of us do. So that stop loss helps to eliminate that. So if you can, start with that $1,000 like I said, but if you can't, 100 is fine. And we're going to fractional buy these shares. Okay, we're going to go to Walmart. Walmart is going to be our last stock that we're going to put in this portfolio. Why did I choose Walmart? Well, I wanted to get out of the tech. I wanted to, try to diversify a little bit. You hear about diversifying your stocks a lot out here. And when you don't have a whole lot of money, you can still diversify. But Walmart is what they call a consumer goods company. Outside of tech, it's also a good stock. The reason why I say it's a good stock, first of all, it's trading at $117.89, so it's not as expensive as the other stocks. Okay, if I go back and I look at their chart, I'm gonna go out 3 months. In the last 3 months, Walmart went up 16.3%. Not bad. If I go out that year, they went up 27%. Now, I feel Walmart may have a breakout year in 2026 because times are tight right now. A lot of people are being a little bit tighter with their money due to a lot of the tariffs that's been out here that the current administration has put on a lot of companies and a lot of goods. A lot more people are shopping at Walmart. A lot more wealthy people or people upper middle class are going to Walmart, and Walmart sales are steadily going up. They are benefiting actually from the tariffs, even though they have a lot of goods that are tariff. They're a big enough company to absorb that blow, and they're also bringing in a lot more customers because of the tightening economy. So Walmart is going to be that fourth stock that we're going to get. Now, if you total all of those up, we are over $1,000. We are looking at about $1,040+ when you total it all up. So one of these stocks, I'm not going to be able to purchase a whole share. And I'm actually going to put that under Walmart. Walmart, I will not purchase the entire share of Walmart. I will purchase a fractional amount, as much as I can, or what's ever left over after I purchase Google, Micron Technology, and Apple. Whatever I have left over, I'm going to purchase Walmart. Now, once I invest more money into my account after I get paid in 2 more weeks, or after you guys get paid in 2 more weeks, and you invest that additional $100 into your account, then you can actually add to Walmart and get that up to 1 share so that you can put a stop loss on it. All right, you got me there. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. Now, after I purchase all these stocks, and in the next episode, we're actually going to go on here and buy them. I want to cram too much into one episode, but the very next episode, we're going to actually go on Robinhood and we're going to purchase each of these stocks and we're going to put stop losses on them. My stop loss is going to be 6% per stock, per company. Any company fall below 6%, they will kick me out. Robinhood will automatically sell and kick me out. And my rule is, once I am kicked out of a stock, I cannot come back in until the upcoming Monday. So I have the keep that stock on my watch list, keep an eye on it, but I can't buy back in until that next upcoming Monday. Now, once that Monday comes around, I evaluate this stock. Then I will determine if I want to buy back in, if I want to just hold on it, if I just want to sit on it and watch it, or if I want to purchase something else. This particular simple formula has allowed me to grow my portfolio tremendously over the years. So with that said, we at the 20 minute mark in this particular episode. I don't want to go too long with it, but hey, make sure you check out the next episode. Make sure you check out the money mix that went along with this episode. Just click that link right up above, right before this show goes off. And make sure you're back in the building tomorrow morning so we can actually purchase these stocks live on Robinhood, set stop losses on them, and go from there. Now, you're probably talking about, you didn't say anything about crypto. Is crypto in the game? Yes, crypto is in the game. Yes, I do purchase crypto. But currently right now, crypto has been highly volatile, even though it's good to be in crypto if you're in it for the long haul. And once we get our portfolio up a little bit more money, we will have a percentage of that into crypto. But right now, we're just going to stick with these 4 stocks, okay? Hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early for the money mix. We're going to do that mix over there on the DJ side. And then we're going to come over here to the money table. We're going to make some more money. We're going to sell some more stock. We're going to get y'all ready. Once again, I want to thank y'all for checking out the Money Mix. My name is DJ Dre. Make sure you like, man. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tell somebody about the channel, man. I'm trying to help you guys increase your wealth, increase your cash flow, increase your sanity, so you can sleep at night, rest well, knowing that you got money coming in that you don't have to actually physically work for. Man, how good is that, man? You making money and you don't have to physically work for it? Definitely. That sounds good. So once again, it's the Money Mix Show. I will see y'all tomorrow morning, bright early, 9 a.m. Peace. I'm out.